Here we are in the virtual senior center of 3D Web Worlds. And as you can see, up on the wall, we've got the stream offline, which is obviously standard because we're not running a stream right now. We can at any time we want to, either a live stream or a YouTube presentation. We've also got up on the wall a very clear indication of how to use the mics so we can have conversations that among people. And notice the table mics are for separate groups discussion. So we've got 4 tables and we can have 4 separate groups. And then there's the white mic that is actually, that's in the center, and that is for everybody. So if people click on the white mic, they will be connected to the channel where everybody is talking together.
So this cube over here with the microphone on it?
Yeah, this by itself. You notice that
right over here?
Yeah, right. That's the white mic. Now,
it's the same channel that you're in.
The blue mic that's used for recyclables.
Well, obviously,
I'm joking.
This is made of pixels, and pixels are definitely recyclable.
Yeah, true.
And the main thing we've got here that's specific for seniors is, well, there's a sign back here that says tips and tricks for seniors, and it covers topics that seniors definitely need to be aware of. We could actually hover over the numbers below to get information, but we'll notice we got an alert about phishing attacks. And Evie, would you like to comment? We've got more stuff coming up about phishing attacks. Obviously, phishing attacks are something that are particularly directed at seniors in the belief that they're not sharp enough to pick it up.
Sure. Hi, Sylvie. Hi, Nate. Hello.
Hello.
Sure. Well, with regard to the senior center, we did think that was an important notice to put up. But anyone that's running a virtual center probably has additional stuff that we could add to this room. But in regards to phishing, we are working on a game, which is a learning game where you can learn all the different techniques that people try to use when they're making a phishing attack, and then how to recognize those, and then you can go through some steps to actually learn in action. So it's an interactive game.
And let's see. Then another poster here is practice safety first, and that one is about basically physical safety, right?
Right, improving your balance. A lot of people don't realize that balance is actually a skill that must be practiced. So especially after last year when a lot of people were locked down and sitting in one position, they don't realize that their balance is the first thing to go. So that shows you, and not only for seniors, but for everyone, but seniors especially seems to happen a little faster. Mm-hmm. So definitely a good thing to practice your balance every day. So those were just some a few tips, but also just a reminder. So there are lots of tips online that you can look for and additional exercises. But hopefully that's a reminder to take care of yourself.
Well, actually, of course, additional posters can be put up, and there's no limit to the amount of stuff we can online that we can link to if we want, if we have the stuff available for a particular purpose.
Exactly right. So if someone would join us and say, hey, these exercises are the best exercises, would you put these up here as a reference? We would certainly do that.
Yeah. And of course, we can not only provide links to places like YouTube, but we can also stream you from YouTube if we want to. Therefore, if we had exercises, we could stream from YouTube the exercise guidance that is available on a number of YouTube videos.
Absolutely. There's a number of ways that anyone creating information inside of 3D Web Worlds could provide a YouTube video. and one is at a pop-up. So we would call that, on actions for each individual. And then, as you mentioned, we can stream it live where we're all watching it together.
That's, and we wouldn't, if we were actually streaming it live, we would not just have the avatars exercising, but we would hope the live people back at home would be exercising too.
Right, that would be the point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I see we've got a sign here that says we need volunteers, and of course that is we're especially open for this particular place, senior center, for volunteers who they can be senior volunteers who would like to help out at a senior center. And the advantage that we have is they don't have to travel there, so they don't have to have a car. They don't have to do anything except go turn on their computer.
Right, and not only volunteers for the senior centers, but also just volunteers in general if they like to meet new people. Of course, following our phishing rules so that they don't get in trouble. But we're a safe space; that shouldn't be an issue. So if they like to meet new people, they can visit on different regions and greet newcomers, and they can also try to break things. So if you are someone who is a little timid about the computer because you're worried about clicking the wrong button, this would be the perfect volunteer position for you, because we want to know what happens when you hit that wrong button and how we can make it easier for you.
And
Yes.
sparks fly and breakers flip.
No,
Right.
yeah. Well, actually, of course,
Okay, maybe not that. I mean, no, we're not going to literally have sparks fly and breakers flip, but
yeah. Well,
if there's an error, we can fix it.
yeah, I'm very quite casual about breaking buttons. I will hit any button, anything that looks like a button, just to see if it'll break.
Right. You have helped me find many a bug that I never would have found on my own, Selby.
Well, actually, that's from many years of working in software, because the only way you learn that your software is fixed is you try every way you can possibly do everything you can possibly do to break it, because
Right.
somebody else will do that.
Right. Exactly right. And we all have our
Only
own
as part
little
of a
tendencies.
if only as part of like a slip of the mouse, even.
No, well,
Right. Right. Accidentally click something that we didn't realize was going to cause a domino effect. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, let's see now. I've got a free smartphone, and that's a government program, and I guess probably there's there's information about that free smartphone. I just brought it up by hovering over the number.
Oh, good. Yeah. Most people don't know about this program. And so if you are in need of a phone, then, perhaps it would be something you would want to consider.
Ah, interesting.
Now, this is a government-supported program, right?
Correct.
It does say
actually-
government program at the top, yeah.
It is a government program. And it had some great reviews. Disclaimer, I'm not using the program myself, so I can't tell you of my own personal experience, but it did have great reviews. And if you need a phone, it's worth checking out to see if you're suited or if you're accepted, if they have criteria that you fit that criteria.
No. And that's definitely something that seniors would need and should know about, especially if they're trying to mind their finances, because that's a lot cheaper than smartphones are in general.
Absolutely. Free anything is good, but smartphones can be quite expensive.
They can be quite expensive. And let's see, we've got Social Security phone scam. Yeah, oh yes. That's
Right.
Go ahead.
So this is a current scam that seems to be prevalent, and a lot of people are falling for it. So, if anyone calls about your Social Security, these are some tips that you should, learn and be aware so that you're prepared. Not just seniors, but anyone. You should never give information about your Social Security number over the phone unless you're absolutely certain who you're talking to. And just because they say they are someone doesn't mean they are. So you need to make sure that you follow the tips of how to make sure you're talking to the proper
Well,
agency.
of course, the first thing is you don't ever talk to somebody who calls you and give any security information.
Oh, absolutely.
You always,
Right.
if the if you need to contact that, if somebody calls you and wants you to give the number, what you do is you ask for their number, and then you can check on that number, or perhaps. Well, I don't. If somebody calls me, basically, I already am pretty much in suspicion that it is a scam.
Yeah.
Right. Right. In fact, even if they give you the number, this is something that some people fall for as well, is that they take the number back and they get it, and it seems like the number is legitimate. But what you want to do is you want to find the actual number to the agency and then work your way through the
Yeah.
official numbers,
Yeah.
That makes-
not
yeah.
the number that they gave you.